Welcome to Ask Sean, where I explore all sorts of questions about life, relationships, and being human. I'm Sean Slevin, a licensed professional counselor and a licensed marriage and family therapist. And if you have a question for me, you can submit that anonymously at www.asksean.org. So this is another one of my kind of in-process videos or processing videos. And I've just been thinking recently, really marveling at how freaking amazing it is that we can, through repetition, through lots of practice, can affect really significant changes. Like it just kind of blows my mind. Um, like I, so I've mentioned in other videos that I ride horses, and I talk about in the video about becoming a student of what you fear, about how I've had a lifelong fear of horses going back to childhood when I was thrown off. And yeah, like horses have fascinated me, but have scared me both in terms of just being around them, their strength and their power and their ability to do me harm, but also being on them. And so I've been, in light of that, and I've been riding for several years now, 3 or 4 years, I forget. I'm really struck by how comfortable I'm getting with jumping. Like it's I've really been noticing it here lately, like that I'll approach a jump and I'll go over a jump and then the aftermath of the jump, and I'm not having that, what for me was super common since feeling and sensation psychologically and physiologically of like, oh shit. And instead, it's just like I'm not really feeling activation. Like I just kind of like, okay, yeah, we're going over a jump. And so now I'm doing like multiple jumps in a row. And last week, I think it was my first time of going over jumps at the canter, which the canter is, you could think of it as being like faster, a higher gear than the trot. And so like, and I'm on this horse, this massive horse. It used to be a race horse. And just, I mean, being on him, like it's that in of itself is another example of this. Like, I mean, it's taken me probably 6 to 9 months of riding him to get like fairly comfortable with how powerful he is. Like he's, I kind of joke that it's like if I tell him to go a bit faster, I feel less now because I'm becoming more skilled and I'm stronger. But initially, I would feel like in a cartoon when like a character like lights a rocket and the rocket shoots out from under them and they're just hovering there in the air and then they fall to the ground. Like it just would feel like that. Like there's such a surge of power in this horse, and which honestly has kind of scared me. Not because he misbehaves; he's very well trained. I mean, he's a perfect lesson horse because he's just very great disposition and yeah, responds really well. But there's just a lot of power. Um, so yeah, it's just so interesting. Just the repetition of I keep going to lessons, I keep going to lessons, I keep going to lessons. I keep, being afraid and moving through my fear and being afraid and moving through my fear and over and over and over and over again. And so now I'm having experiences like last week where I'm going around the ring at a pretty good clip at a canter, and I'm hitting multiple jumps in a row, and like it's not, it was a little, there was a little tinge of fear because it was like this was like a new level, right? But for the most part I still felt pretty okay, and it was just like, this is so strange. This feels surreal. Like I'm used to just being like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I mean, maybe not. I mean, maybe exaggerating a little bit, but it physiologically, it's been scary. I've been, again, not because we're doing anything foolish, but just my body it's just taking a lot for my body to acclimate, my body and my psyche, and yet I am acclimating. Like this is the amazing thing. Like, yeah. And so, obviously there's upper limits to repetition, right? Like no matter how much I might like practice something, like I'm not going to become an astronaut. Like I don't think in my life plan or whatever, like it's not realistic for me. Um, but there are a lot of things that I can get better at and I can get more comfortable with, physiologically and psychologically. And that's just, I don't know, that's just really amazing to me. It's just been so striking in this area where I've had such a pronounced physiological response and psychological response. And for now, it's like, now it's really becoming very enjoyable. Not that I haven't enjoyed along the way, but I've just been working, I've had to work hard with my body and my psyche. Um, and so I think about that with like in therapy this morning, I was revisiting some themes that I have like worked with, I don't know, thousands of times, hundreds of thousands of times. I mean, it's just, you know, a ton. I mean, these are themes that have come up again and again and again and again. And so I'm honestly really curious and excited to see like where is this time going to take me? Like I can feel more that's trying to grow, more that's trying to unfold. And yeah, it's hard and it's scary and it's vulnerable. But just like with the riding, like I've found again and again that if I keep pressing into these places, that like good stuff comes, and I get more comfortable and I get stronger, I get healthier, I get more at peace. Um, so at any rate, I don't know. It's really cool. I'm not trying to oversimplify or like make like it's easy. I mean, it takes a lot of perseverance, but yet it works. Like that's the amazing thing. It works. And so, you know, whatever you might be working on in your life or maybe contemplating working on, like hang in there, you know, like we are capable of so much more than we think. Like I might have conceptually been able to imagine that like, yeah, in theory I should get to a point where I'll be able to like be pretty comfortable and relaxed and really enjoy jumping. But this is a whole nother level of like, oh, I'm actually feeling it. It's like, it's fun. I'm laughing. Like um, it's, there's not the terror or whatever, you know, like, so whatever you're working on, like there's a lot more possible than probably feels like on the front end, than can feel like on the front end, because we can't physiologically, psychologically know what we don't yet know, what we have not yet experienced. So, but yeah, hang in there, stick with it, keep trying and failing and trying and failing and succeeding and failing and succeeding, and like just keep at it. The repetition does pay off. The practice does pay off. So until next time, peace be with you.